shines and shares its light with you.
More information about them. This show is to discuss all things spiritual and all things energy, and we do not put any limits on the topics we discuss, as we want to help anyone and everyone on their journey here on Earth to help infuse it with the most amount of joy possible. I have returning guest Andrea Osowsky with me. And she joined me about 3 or 4 Thursdays ago, and she's back here again this evening with us to give us some guidance and insight and input and make for fun conversation with myself. Actually, Andrea and I were in the screening room prior to the show, and we really didn't have a topic until the producer said, "You guys have 1 minute," and they came to us. So welcome back to the show, Andrea Osowsky.
Hi, Kendra. Thank you so much for having me.
I thought for sure you were going to say, "Thank you, Kendra Walbaum," because I used your last name.
I was trying to.
Yeah, you should have. I was trying to prompt a reaction.
Really professional. Like, you know me, like, as professional as it gets.
All right.
Gosh, I love it.
So
true. I just have to say, it's actually pretty funny. I really enjoy these conversations with you, and I'm excited. Actually, I have a really good time hopping on your radio show here. I have such interesting conversations with you, and I think it's really neat to kind of let the rest of the world in on some of these conversations we have, and the fact that we haven't really planned anything, but we have some great ideas, and we're just gonna see where it goes is actually really, really exciting. So thank you again so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming back and joining me. I actually got a lot of messages about our last show that people really liked the energy we created together. Actually, your mom was one of them that told me that.
Oh, really? That's so
sweet.
I know. I should get my own email address. It's like Andrea at Surprise Your Spirit, just simply for feedback.
It'll cost you $5 a month, but it's yours.
Okay.
Sold.
Well, I'll think about it.
Nothing's free nowadays, but I mean that's pretty close to free. $5 a month.
That's pretty funny. I like it.
Yeah. So
wait. So just to be clear, like, I don't actually have that email, so you can get a hold of Kendra at surpriseyourspirit.com. If you're emailing me, I won't actually get it there.
Yeah. It will be sent back to you. Is it mailer demon that comes back? Reports back to you. That address does not exist. But you can me, Kendra, at Surprise Your Spirit if you have any feedback, or if you do, have a message for Andrea. Anyone, Andrea, do you have an email that anyone can reach out to you at?
I do. Just wait, I had a funny joke.
Okay.
But then I will say it. So when you said, just repeat that again. Let's hit rewind here because I had something funny to say. So say that people could email you and you would get a message.
Oh, yeah. People could email me and I could get the message to Andrea.
Yeah. So, I mean, we would actually have to take some time to talk outside of the show. But if you do have a message, I'll make some time in my schedule to actually chat with you normally,
Chat with me.
I'll do that. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'll do that. We don't just have to chat on radio shows if there's a message.
Oh, if you're important enough, if it's important enough. Okay,
that's
cool.
Right. So if you guys
so our supper date tomorrow is off.
That's right. So if you guys would like Kendra and I to actually chat, just send a message.
If you want to promote our friendship, send me a message so that it gives her a reason to talk to me. That's what she's saying.
I love it. I'm glad you get me.
So yeah, more than I probably should sometimes, but
yeah.
So I actually have been thinking about some things lately. Okay. And I think you've been thinking about them, just some, private conversations that we've been having, not really private, but that the listeners don't know about, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I've really been thinking about manifesting. What tools and tips and tricks can we dive into around manifesting things that we desire? What do you got?
Oh man. Okay. Well, this is actually a really fun topic, and it's cool that you're.
Can I cut you off for a second?
Of course.
I think we should explain maybe to some people who may possibly be new on their journey what manifesting actually means. Mm-hmm. So just for any listeners who aren't, current with spiritual lingo or energy conscious lingo, manifesting means to make something appear or to create something for yourself. It's almost like making a wish come true or come to fruition, which is another word that a lot of people don't hear, but manifesting and fruition are pretty much the same type of deal. And so if, do you have anything to add to that, Andrea?
Yeah, so the definition of manifesting is actually how something shows up. So it's when there's something that you desire to create in your life or something you desire to actualize, the manifesting of it is how that shows up, is how you actually bring it into your world, right?
Bring it into your reality. Yeah, those are the words that I lost. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, to bring it into your reality. So it's so this really fun tool I've been playing with, which is neat that you've been thinking about manifesting lately too. Well, I've been playing with this tool lately called the energy pull, and I'll explain it a bit and go into it. But what's kind of, for lack of a better, I guess, word or description, sparked me to start playing more and more with energy pulls is I have this great big calendar in my office, and I was looking at it and I was like, maybe you guys have had this moment so far. But I was like, holy smokes, it's already the middle of March. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa, freaky. I just feel like it was literally just Christmas. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God, that honest to God, I'm not even lying to you. That was me today.
I was
just 7 weeks ago, my life turned upside down. I made this huge move. It was this big freaking deal. And all of a sudden, I was like, gosh, done. Here I am, 6 weeks into this brand new job and this brand new life. And I was just actually, when we were in the screening room, I said to you, man, this is my 6th radio show. It just seemed like this all just happened. So yeah, I totally get that. You have this realization that things are going way faster than you think, but during the day, it's slow. Why am I not there yet? Yes. Why am I not there yet? But then if you take a look back. So anyways, back to the energy pull. Let's share some things with these guys so they can make the best 2017.
I love that idea. So yeah, I had this, awareness of holy smokes, exactly what you said. Time feels so like slow during the day, but when you start to actually kind of take a step back, it's like, holy smokes, things are actually occurring really quickly and creating really quickly. So I've been playing with these energy pulls, kind of looking at, what I could pull into my world, and it's interesting. So an energy pull is essentially a tool that I love to use in manifesting, in creating my life. And this tool is very simply, it's like a mini sort of meditation, for lack of a better word. I don't even know if that's a great word to describe it.
It's a deep, invasive visualization.
It's a deep visualization. That's exactly it. I love that terminology. And so what it really is, and maybe I can walk people through it. I don't know if now's a good time or after break, but
just FYI for everyone out there, I know what this is. I'm just letting her take the lead. She's not actually teaching me.
Let's be clear. No.
But she's the one who taught me, so I want her to teach you guys because she explains it better. So
you're so sweet. Well, thank you. So yeah, energy pulls are just a way that you can actually pull these things into your reality. And it used to be a major part of the classes that I teach. And it's something I've been really like playing with and actually doing daily for about 2 weeks now. So
are you trying to manifest that car you've been dreaming about?
I have. That has definitely been part of it. I was like, I have been having this thing lately where the snow's melting and the sun's coming up earlier, and I'm like, I need a sports car, like for sure. Now's the time, Anyway, so do the energy pulse, right? So what an energy pull is all about is this visualization of what you desire in your life, and some of it is sort of specific, and most of it is energetic, and like how you'd like to feel and how you'd like to be, and what those like whispers of your awareness are asking to come into your life, and allowing that, to kind of show up and then pull energy through the universe and through what you desire and through you, and just allow it to sort of exponentialize, for lack of a better explanation. And it's this really amazing tool. So let's say, for example, when I actually sit down to do a visualization like this, like I said, I've been doing, daily now for about 2 weeks, and just really reintroducing it as a practice, like as a daily practice. And it's like sometimes there's a specific thing, like you said, this car, like, and sometimes it's like a specific thing, like as like more clients, or sometimes a specific thing like a trip or whatever. And lots of times it's this feeling that you'd like to have through your life, like something that I've really desired in my life lately, which is so funny that I'm acknowledging it right now. And I'm like so grateful that you even pointed out to me before we started, is like something I've been asking for in my life lately that I've been doing in these energy pulls has been like just less sort of stress, like less of that tension and that force and that push sort of feeling. And it's like right as I hopped on this show, I realized like I'm probably the most chill I've been in a while. Like it's weird because I tend to be a very high energy person. I feel like so good right now. It's cool. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean, and she's not lying for all the listeners out there. She is normally an overbubbling brook of just pure joy and happiness.
Yeah, and I have this like joy and happiness right now, but it feels very different than I tend to operate from, and it's just like starting to look at it. I'm like, I wonder if that has to do with the energy levels. Like, huh?
Oh, for sure it does, because I bet you. Well, I had said to you you're more mellow, and so even though you're always, quite positive and happy and energetic, your energy seems to it's more even keeled. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Like the joy is still there, but the energy has more ease and flow to it.
Totally, which is like just so much of what I've been asking for. So I love it. It's so cool. It never shows up the way you think.
And the listeners also need to understand too that when you are manifesting or asking for things to come to fruition, if you are not in the energy of ease and allowance,
Yeah,
it will not come to you as fast, or it will not come to you at all. Because the force and the push and the pull and the wanting, and it's like scratching at that door when there's a prize on the other side, but it's not time for it to open yet, so you leave your fingernails scratched into it. It's not time. Go find something else to do, relax. Find something to put your focus on until it's time for that door to open. Enjoy yourself instead of, having bleeding fingernails stuck in the door to make it open, because it's not going to make it open. You're just actually hurting yourself and you're wasting time where you could be, creating other joyful experiences while you're waiting for, that door to open for you to receive the gifts that are on the other side, whatever they may be.
Yeah.
So I just want the listeners to know that, because a lot of times we live, we live in constant anxiety of what if not? Like, what if it does happen? What if it doesn't happen? Yeah, well, then you'll deal with it then, because you don't know if it's going to or not going to. So why worry about that, right? And a lot of the listeners out there too don't even realize too, I think I talked about this on the last show, but I don't quite remember well, which is not normal for me. I usually have a pretty good memory, but, if you actually, maybe it was a Facebook Live event I did. If you are living with a lot of anxiety, you're living in fear of the future. And if you're living with severe depression, you're living in regrets and guilt from the past. So the only way to avoid those is to practice staying present and living in the moment. Myself, anxiety is something I really struggle with hard, because I'm so aware of future comings for myself and other people, future possibilities. So it can prompt a lot of anxiety, and instead of embracing that information and, sitting in it with ease, it can often, pull me out of the moment and cause a lot of anxiety for me. That's a battle that I've really had, which has I've overcome in the last year. It's gone easier for me to stay present in the moment. But I mean, you can attest to this too, Andrea. Like, in the beginning, I was a mess. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was all over the map all the time. And I had a really hard time with the energies of things and staying present in the moment. So just for people out there, who maybe struggle with anxiety, take a look at that. What is it about the future that has you all twisted up? You're not there yet. So worrying about it is stealing your joy from today. And what is it from the past that has you all twisted down? You can't change that. All you can do is take the information from your experiences from the past, use them in the present in order to create the future. So, find the positives of things and in the moment to help manifest the thing you're hoping for is the best way to doing in the future, because you're robbing today. You're robbing today of what it is, but you're also robbing yourself the opportunity to ask what it is you desire, because you're not living in the ease and the flow of life. Yeah.
Really, and in addition to that, like one of my favorite for staying present in the moment is, like, it sounds really simple, but like, just breathe. Like, if you can actually allow yourself to breathe and acknowledge that you're just breathing and just get reacquainted, for lack of a better word, with your body. One of the coolest lessons I learned with being present is, like, how your mind will, like, take off on you. Like, your mind will totally leave you. Like, it will ditch. It'll, like, take off to, in 10 years ago, like supper time, like, it takes off on you, but your body never leaves you. Like, your body won't just take off on you in the same way that your mind will. So if you could actually breathe and get recentered, you'll always find your body in the present moment.
Are you sure about that? Have you ever had an OBE?
An out-of-body experience?
Yeah, because your body takes off, man.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. It's like if you can just feel your kind of, feel your butt in the seat and feel your feet on the floor, it'll definitely help get reacquainted,
That
and
was something huge that helped me when I first started working with you, actually.
mm,
You were like, stay in the moment, Kendra. Like, ask yourself right now five things you can touch, 5 things you can see, 5 things you can smell, and 5 things, um, you can really like see the beauty in to
yeah,
help me bring me back. And I used to practice that all the time. And sometimes I even use it now. It's
yeah,
a really good anxiety tool for anyone out there who's listening. I call it the list of fives.
yeah,
And if you can list those 25 things, it makes you stay present and be aware of now where you are. And it
yeah.
refocuses your mind.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. That's exactly it. It's just to refocus your mind, and really just just get a little bit more centered in where you are. Exactly. That's exactly it.
So let's talk about, excuse me. Excuse me to all the listeners out there. I have a little bit of a cold, so I might squeak and squawk in and out here. Um, okay, I've let's can we can we give them a little rundown of like a mini coaching session? I'm trying to manifest something. Okay?
Sure. I would love
So
that. Sure.
let's work on this.
Okay.
So
And
what
we'll
would
do
you
it. The
ask?
other thing is we'll do an energy pull like after the break. I just don't want to end up getting cut off halfway. How's that sound?
No, and you know what? Maybe we'll do this after the break. We'll do like a mini coaching so that people can understand what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And how it helps them to see things from a different perspective and how we walk, because a lot of people say to me, oh, what's a coaching session like? Well, I'm going to ask you a lot of
Yeah.
questions.
So true. So
I'm
true.
going to ask you a lot of questions. And they're like, well,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of questions? Hard ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell them, hard ones.
Yeah,
Bring
it's true. Very true.
bring a lot of tissue because if we're working on your relationship with yourself or someone else or whatever, we start talking about you and you have to face some truths that you might not really like, but that's how we heal, is to bring it up and take a look at it and see things from a different perspective so people don't beat themselves up so much.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So just
Absolutely.
so
That's so
everyone knows,
funny.
if you
Hard
want if
ones. I like that. That's
uh,
hilarious.
wow. But they are, and I mean, people think they're so simple. It's simple if you hear someone asking that person over there the question. Well, that's easy. Just answer it. Yeah, okay. Well, you come sit here and I'll ask you that question.
You come sit here. Okay. Could you imagine if you were doing like a trade show and you had like a little booth and you had like people watching and you're like, "Will you come sit here?" That's
But
what I thought. I
it's
digress.
serious. But people don't understand, right?
Yeah.
It seems simple, but when I ask you to be honest with yourself, and so I think we can give them a little taste of that, and in conjunction with our topic about manifesting, since I'm trying to manifest some things, we'll do like a mini 10-minute coaching,
Mm-hmm.
and an energy pull, and kind of show them how that can work for them and how it can help them, just so that they
Yeah.
understand the benefit of it.
I love that. I think that sounds really, really awesome. And you're like, you just hit the nail on the head. Like, I think a lot of times when people don't know what a coaching session is, it can be like, what is it? Like, it's maybe not something they're used to or something they've experienced before. So, it's definitely nothing. I think you make it a little scarier than you make it sound scarier than it is, but that's just
Well, no,
how you
I
roll.
mean, that's how, oh, I'm scary. That's really nice. Good. Tell the people, don't call her. She's scary. Yes.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
she is.
You can be intimidating as hell, let's be honest.
I don't get that because why is that? Is it because I'm brutally honest? Like I just don't hold back. I have no filter. Like I don't understand why that's intimidating to people. Because you know what's intimidating to people? When people lie to my face. That's intimidating to me. So
That's
I
so
just don't
funny.
lie to people. Like this is the truth. Like this is
Yeah.
how it is. Because when people lie, that's intimidating to me. Because now I'm like, what else are you hiding? And I mean, if I take a deeper look, I could probably know. But I really don't. I just don't like lying. I just don't understand why people want to lie. It just makes no sense to me.
You're so funny. And I know that about you. And it's like, but generally speaking, when someone says like, what else are you hiding? Like usually that intimidates them.
Right. I've never said that to anyone.
No, I know.
Except
Let's be
Andrea.
clear. Yes.
Andrea
Except
calls
me.
me
So
when,
true.
yeah. No, yeah, no.
So true.
But in all honesty, Andrea will call me when she needs to hear the truth. When she
I
knows
do.
she's
Yep.
stuck and she doesn't sugarcoat, she'll be like, "Okay, friend, like I need to hear this the way it is."
Like, I'm
okay?
ready. What the heck is going on here? Yeah, totally.
So,
Totally.
okay, so we're going to take a quick break here for all the listeners. And then on the other side of the break, we'll do a mini coaching session and do a little bit of an energy pull and show you guys what that is like and something you can experience with me in a coaching session. And and then if anyone has any questions, you guys can pop in. Also, just for anyone, pop into the chat room as well. Okay, we'll see you guys just on the other side of the break here.
Off the Cuff E-Zine, an online magazine that is given out freely. The wide range of promotional is unlimited. We take pride in bringing it all together for you. And we recognize that it is hard to reach a lot of people by just having a website, or even those writers that do not have the means to advertise or have a website. This website will provide its free services of advertising and giving others a platform to share their experiences, skills, and ability. For we believe that it is through others we learn not only of others but of ourselves as well. So, if you need a chat room to hold sessions, we can provide that with audio and video for classes, workshops, or just single sessions. Contact us to see what we can provide with our special features and promotional experience. And it is all free. Yes, free. Join us and meet other like-minded people, because that is what makes OTC the place to be. OffTheCuffEzine.com
Welcome back, everyone, to the Surprise Your Spirit show. I am Kendra, your host from Surprise Your Spirit. Just for anyone who's just popping in now, or this is your first time to the show, I am an intuitive reader. I can be found at www.surpriseyourspirit.com. I can also be found on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Surprise Your Spirit, obviously. I do a lot of live videos there with free readings and other information, much like what we do on the show here. You can also find me on YouTube. I have some videos there as well. You can find me in Off the Cuff Easy. I contribute a monthly article, and I have recently just started featuring a crystal of the month at the end of each of my articles for anyone who wants to learn about crystals. Yeah, and I will be working on an online website. It's just in the process of being revamped. And so that's that. And just to catch everyone up to speed on what we've been talking about tonight, we've been talking a lot about manifesting and the energy of manifesting. And I have my guest, Andrea Osowsky, back with me again this week. She'll be joining us every third Thursday as a returning, every third Thursday of the month. I need to clarify that, as a returning guest. And she's been talking about manifesting and energy pulls. And we were going to give you guys a little demonstration of what a coaching session would be like, because a lot of people ask me that when they call and they want to know what my soul's awareness coaching sessions are like. And then a little, peek at what a energy pull is like. And so welcome back, Andrea. Thanks for joining me again.
You're so welcome. Thank you. So you wanted to do a little coaching session and then an energy pull. Is that right?
And so, and let's actually let the listeners know this is actually a real coaching session. Like, this is something I'm trying to manifest. This isn't what would we call it, role play? Okay. Andrea's going to give me a free 10-minute session right here, so you guys can have a real idea. It might get real. So let's go ahead with this. You start, Andrea. So I'm your client.
So funny.
I called you and I said, okay, how is this going to go?
Okay. So what would you like to create? What's up? What's going on? That's usually how they honestly start.
Yeah, it is. She's not even lying. That's exactly how she says it too.
What up?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, so I've actually been trying to manifest more opportunities to do classes and workshops, to be able to reach more people and teach more people. I really do them in.
But I'm going to stop you if you can get it.
Okay, cool.
So, the truth, have you been trying to manifest classes or have you been creating classes?
I've been creating them. I've manifested some. Like,
right.
You're right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not consistent.
Okay. So is there more energy on the creation of them, or is there more energy on the trying to manifest them? Truth.
The creation.
Okay. So, tell me about the class that you're up to and what's going on with it?
Okay. So I've created a tarot reading class,
mm-hmm.
and it's actually more than half full. So that's great. But my problem, or what I perceive as a problem, is that
mm-hmm.
I would like to manifest more opportunities to run that class.
What do you mean by more opportunities to run the class?
Obviously I need more opportunities to run the class. Here's the thing.
Tell me the real thing.
The real thing is, I find it easier to be invited by someone like, hey, I have this group of people who are interested in this. Can you come do this? Yeah. So that's my manifestation. I guess my manifestation is invitation.
Okay, cool. So I love it. So I just like to side note to the viewers, see how we do this to ourselves? It's crazy. We have this thing of this story, but it's okay, here's the real thing. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, like I do this all the time too, and it's just like if you can get to what the real thing is, then you can actually create some change with it. So okay, cool.
Okay, but pick that apart for them so they can understand what you're saying.
Oh, what?
Do you know
what do I have to
what
pick
I
apart?
mean? Like, so I wanted to manifest things, more classes, but really what I wanted is to manifest more invitations to do them. I didn't want to, I was portraying that I couldn't put up a poster and fill them, but I could. I'm just not doing that because I want an invitation.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, totally. Cool.
Okay.
So,
Keep going with this.
so there's so many different options we can go with this, but it's like, so let's start with that. So if what you desire is the invitation, what could you put in place so people could easily invite you?
Well, obviously I could advertise that I offer these.
That would be a good start. What else?
I'm like, is this a trick question? But this is honestly how a coaching session goes. You're gonna be like, well, obviously. But here's the thing, guys. We're trying to, in a coaching session, we try to get you to look deeper. What else there that you're not looking at? Okay,
that's right. So there's that, and then but there's also like, if I tell you what to do. So here's the thing: if the coaching session looked like this, oh, Kendra, well, you need to advertise that. You'll go, thanks, tips, like, okay, But if I can ask you questions to get you to look at it, then you see it instead of me shoving it at you. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's like the really neat thing.
I know what you mean, but they don't. And that's true.
I
don't want you to give me the answers, because if you give me the answers, then that's not me being me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So let's just keep going. So, okay. So advertising, I like that. That's cool. So what else could you do?
I could. Well, I could talk about it more with people, because word of mouth is a really, really fast traveler.
Very fast,
best advertisement. And not only that, I'm okay with talking about those things. Like, it's easy for me.
Totally.
To be like, cool, I made this cool class and it's really awesome, and I filled it the first one, and if you know anyone interested, let them know that I'd be willing to teach this. This is how many people I would need in order to come.
Yeah. And like, what would it be like if you had sort of a proposal ready, like a one sheet sort of PDF of that, what you're willing to come teach on, how many people are required, what that looks like, and yeah, who could you send it to, or what would be fun, right? So what would be the most fun way for you to create these classes?
I don't know. I think it's something I have to look at more. I know, and here's the other thing that I do know. Mm-hmm. I do know that I have been invited to speak via Skype. Mm-hmm. It's not fun for me.
Okay.
It's just not fun for me.
Okay. So, yeah, right on, right? And it's not about like having to or needing to do anything. It's like, so what you desire is to be in person. Great. Like, what would it take for that to show up? Right?
Absolutely.
So it's about getting clear on what it is that you'd like. So if, for example, you've been asking to do more classes, but in the back of your head, you're like, oh, but I don't want to advertise them, or I don't want to, then I have to worry about filling them, or I have to deal with registrations or whatever. Like, right. Okay, cool. So what is more in alignment with what you'd like to ask for? Because when you get in alignment with what you'd like to ask for, it shows up like, like magic.
Absolutely. It's so interesting because I was like, just so the listeners can understand, like, I wanted to manifest some extra money. And so, these opportunities came to me, but because I wasn't specific about the types of opportunities I was open to, I was like, yeah, I don't want that. I was really aware that the universe handed me that opportunity and that possibility to make extra cash, but I was like, I don't want that. So then I became aware that I needed to be more specific with what it was, what I wanted the possibility to look like, set some ground rules, because I'm not super picky, but I mean, there are just some things none of us enjoy doing. It doesn't matter how much money is involved in it, to me, those opportunities felt like more of a headache than a good time, and what I wanted to do with the extra money or whatever, putting that myself in that headache wasn't worth the extra money. Right?
Yeah, no, I hear what you mean. And like the way that I look at it is very much like, okay, so if we didn't have to figure it all out and make sense of it or justify, I'd like this and I don't want that or whatever, like it's just about, like you said, being specific on what it is you desire without shutting out possibilities. Because when someone offered you something, you were just like, no way. You were like, like you actually were willing to look at it and go, would that be fun? Is that what I'd like to create? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like, it's just not shoving things out of your world and out of your reality. Like, no, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I said. Like, it's like being open and willing to receive, right, what the universe is looking to give to you. And okay, cool. Like, is this what I'm asking for? Is that what I'm asking for? Like, is this match the energy I've been asking for? Or is this something else, So it's looking at that energy that you desire and then asking questions about that. So if what you desire is more of that invitation, hey, would you come speak to to these people or this group or whatever, then it's like, cool, what systems could you put in place that would allow that to become a reality?
Right, exactly. No, it totally makes sense to me. And just so that people are aware, I want to step back to what Andrea had said too about, not giving an opportunity the cold shoulder, almost like not recognizing that it's there. Because when you do that, the universe stops having your back and it stops creating for you because you've asked for opportunities. What it wants to see, the universe wants to see, is you to open up and look at them. You don't have to accept them. But if you put the time and the energy and the thought into looking at them, it sees that you're willing to see opportunities. So then it goes and creates another one for you in case it starts creating something else for you in case you decide not to go with that, but it knows you're open. But if you just give it the cold shoulder and turn around and walk away and don't even acknowledge it was there, or have your blinders on, then it won't create for you. So I think that the listeners just need to understand that too.
Yeah. I love that. And it's just, it's the willingness to just be open-minded. And, when you ask for something, do know, like, I will give you a full heads up. Everybody, if you have a pen and paper ready, definitely write this down because you will forget it later. And then you'll reread it and go, oh, crap, Andrea did warn me of that or did tell me that. It'll never show up the way you think. Like, if there's something you're asking for, like, it doesn't show up the way you think. So it's about keeping an open mind, and it's being willing to look at what it is that is showing up and going like, is this actually what I'm asking for?
Exactly. Okay, so let's work on I know I have to look a little deeper in that part of me, so we can't even go there right now. But you brought my awareness up that I need to look at that. So that's what a coaching session is supposed to do. Like, you need to look at that because that's where you're stuck. So let's do the energy pull, Andrea.
Okay, sure. I'd love to. So right now, just wherever you are in your world, in your space, just kind of take a deep breath and kind of let your being kind of connect to your body and say hi and kind of get recentered and recalibrate it a bit, and just take a really deep breath and expand your energy out, like, the size of the room and the size of your house, or, the building you're in, and allow your energy to expand out, to the size of your province or state or country, out to your continent, to the globe, and out far past that, far out into the universe and further than you think you can go. And just when you think you've gone as far as you swear you can, just take a really deep breath and go about 10 times further. And allow yourself to just rest in that space and just kind of breathe in that space. And what you're going to do is actually just allow a ball to allow yourself to visualize a ball, right next to your solar plexus, like right kind of in your chest, right? And put some things into that ball that you actually desire in your life. Now, some of those will be physical things. Like I said, some of those will be energetic things. But it's like, what is it that you desire? What is it you truly desire? What is it you're asking for? What is it you felt like you couldn't ask for that maybe you could now? And whatever walls and barriers you have to those things and all the what ifs and the impossibilities, just let those melt away, just for now. And allow yourself to create within that ball how you'd like to feel. Like you'd like to feel in your body. How would you like to feel today? What sorts of people would you like to be around? What sorts of, income would you like to have? What sorts of things are you aware of that, that you haven't really given the time of day? What sorts of things are like those gentle, like, whispers in your world of possibilities and of things that are asking to be created? And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull energy from the universe through that ball, and then through your chest and out your back and all the way around and back through the universe, through that ball, through your chest, through your back, and all the way around, and through the entire universe, through that ball, through your chest, through your back, and all the way around, and allow that to just intensify and grow. And then just from that ball, let little trickles of energy kind of go out to anyone on the planet, whether you know them or don't know them, that could at all contribute to what it is you desire, that could all, that would have anything to do, would have information to do with how you could create that, would know someone that could connect you with someone, could contribute to what it is you desire. Allow little trickles to go out to them so that when you meet them, it's like they already kind of have your energetic stamp on it. You'll feel like you know each other. You'll feel like there's something there. And then allow that energy to keep pulling through the entire universe, through that ball, through your chest, out your back and around, allowing those trickles to continue out. And allow that to pull, and just ask that this energy ball, tug on you if it requires anything else throughout the day or throughout the evening, to bring your attention back to it and to continue to pull. And allow yourself to take another great big deep breath. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. So, like I said, that's like something I've been playing with a lot lately. just, putting, like I said, in their physical things, but also like energetic things, and just these yummy little like whispery things I desire. Like something I've been asking for is just more lightness, like generally speaking, just more lightness. And, the amount that I've laughed in the last couple days over the silliest, like goofiest things ever, it's just been awesome. I'm really, really grateful. And, like I said, I've kind of created myself personally, and look at what would create the most for you. But, I've personally been taking, 5 minutes just to do that energy pull every single day as a bit of a practice. And it's interesting how you kind of keep adding to it, and it starts to become part of your life and part of your world as what it is that you're choosing and creating.
That's right. And people need to understand that. But so we are almost out of time. I know we started a little bit late today. We had some technical difficulties, of course. It's how the day rolls, and it's probably because we didn't have our topic finalized till 30 seconds before go live. Spirit was working with us to give us more time to regroup. But thank you for sharing that, Andrea, because I think a lot of people need to have a better understanding of manifesting and bringing things to fruition and the way blocks are created and those sorts of things. So once again, thank you so much for joining us.
You're so welcome.
I look forward to you back for another show on the third Thursday of April.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, if anyone has topics or questions, or would like their sort of thing, whatever's going on in their world, kind of addressed, please feel free to email Kendra at surpriseyourspirit.com, and she would be happy to help you out.
Well, thank you. So just for everyone out there, I want to give out a big shout out to Sprinkles, my producer, for dragging me into this, because it's become the best part of my week every week. And to OTCR and Off the Cuff Easing for pulling me into their world and helping me to find something that brings great amounts of joy to my life in a way where, in a safe place where I can use my abilities and share them with the world and just have a really great support. They are amazing people. Check them out. Check me out on surpriseyourspirit.com. Also on Facebook at Surprise Your Spirit is my Facebook page. And you can find me here every Thursday evening at the same time with other guests. I honestly can't remember what I have in store for next week's show. I've had a crazy busy week this week, and I just didn't grab time. So check out my Facebook page to keep updated. I will be putting out a list for the next few weeks of guests and topics. And I'm going to be providing free live on-air readings in one of those shows. So everyone might want to check out what night that's happening if you'd like to pop in and catch one of those. And
Woohoo.
Yeah, exactly. Exciting. I love doing them. They're
That is
super
really
fun.
exciting.
And just if anyone wants to know, I do live Facebook events about once a week where I do free readings as well. If you pop in and keep an eye on my Facebook page and follow me there. And that is it for this evening. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening and enjoy the weekend to come. And we will catch you back here next week at the same time, in the same place. And I look forward. Until then, blessings, everyone.